are here with His Highness Maharaja SamarjitSinh Gaekwad, the Maharaja of Baroda. So, welcome to 21 Gun Salute YouTube and Instagram. Thank you for hosting us.
21 Gun Salute YouTube. Yeah, my pleasure.
So, you have a beautiful palace and a beautiful venue. It has been an epic 3 days for us to be here. The lawns are perfectly manicured and we are enjoying a display that has never been done and seen in India before. But before we go about the concourse, tell us something about Lukshmi Vilas Palace.
So, as you can see, the Lukshmi Palace is behind me. This was built by Maharaja Sayajirao, and the construction started in 1978. It took 12 years to build this palace, and this is completed in 1890. Maharaja Sayajirao and then his wife Maharani Chimnabai I moved into this palace, and this palace was designed for the Maharaja and the Maharani and their children. Thereafter, if you see the design of the palace, it's a very interesting design. This design is called the Indo-Sarsanic design. It's done in Dhangadra limestone. Sorry, not limestone, sandstone. And if you see the design has a mix of three different religions. So if you see the left side of the palace, which has the influence of Indian temples, so that's the sort of the Hinduism part of the design. Once you move to the center, you see the dome, which is very Islamic, and further right is the tower, which is like sort of dedicates Christianity. So the architect Major Mant, a British architect, was given this brief, and he put these three religions together to show the harmony between different religions in India and in Baroda State particularly. The palace has people keep asking me how many rooms it has. It has about 172 rooms. However, it doesn't give you an idea about its size, because the largest room is about 7,000 square feet, which is the spectacular Darbar Hall. And the smallest room is about 3 by 3, which is a small little washroom in my office. So it doesn't give you a perspective of how small the rooms are. The special feature of the design is lovely courtyards in the center, which act as natural air conditioning to the residents of the palace. And this palace is, as you see, is close to 130 years old.
Wow, what an epic history, and definitely part of India's culture and heritage in that sense, because we rarely get to see anything so immaculately taken care of nowadays. It is open to the public, right?
Yes, a part of it is open to the public. We opened this in about 95.
Okay.
Funnily, while I was traveling, and in those days there was no internet, and we used to rely on this book as travelers, The Lonely Planet.
Right.
And I happened to read about reviews about Baroda on The Lonely Planet, and they were pretty disgusting reviews. And that sort of changed my perspective of the whole thing. I said, this can't be, Baroda cannot be written in such words.
Right.
And I said the first step is to open this up for the people, because we used to anyway get a lot of requests.
Right.
So we opened this whole part of it to show people. And now we get close to about 300,000 visitors a year.
Oh wow, that's a huge number. That's a huge number. So what got 21 Gun Salute to Lukshmi Vilas Palace?
So 21 Gun Salute, of course, I've attended the earlier editions in Delhi, and Madan Mohanji and his team have been passionate car lovers, and doing a lot for encouraging people to come into this fraternity and grow this fraternity of vintage car owners. He's been attending events worldwide, and most of these worldwide events are held in spectacular locations.
Right.
For instance, in UK it's held at the Blenheim Palace, which belongs to the Churchill family. It's a great venue. Likewise, in America it's held at the Pebble Beach,
right,
which is a spectacular golf course, and a golf course on every golfer's bucket list.
Right.
So when Madan Mohanji, of course, had his eye on this for long, I presume, he realized that here was a palace and a golf course which is both a mix of Pebble Beach as well as a mix of Blenheim Palace.
Right.
and probably this is the best you can showcase India in. And so of course he was very keen that we host this event, and that's how you see it today, that the event is here. And for us, when I speak to the car owners, they are so thrilled to be here, which is for us it's so encouraging, because I mean they take the cars worldwide, they've brought their cars here, they've packed those cars, put them in trucks, you know, all the issues getting the logistics with India, but they're so happy to be here.
I'm sure, because we are happy to be here. I can imagine how happy they are to be here. Tell us about your collection, the Baroda collection.
So there are a lot of cars here of the Baroda collection which I had never seen. So for me that's been very fascinating, very interesting. I spent a couple of hours yesterday in the morning. I have cars. I have a Bentley Mark 6 which is not on display.
Okay.
Hopefully this will encourage me to get it restored in the next few years. I have a Ford Jeep which is very dear to my heart, because I've driven that a lot.
Okay.
I understand the engine, and that's the car I learned how to drive at the age of 7.
Wow.
And I've driven that car all over, through rivers, through hills, and I've sort of, and I had it restored at SamarjitSinh Maharaja of Baroda State's garage. So that's the one I have. Then there's a Land Rover that I have, and a Fiat. So they have not been on display, but maybe going forward we'll probably
have them on display.
Yeah, at some point in time, yes.
Well, I wish you all the best to restore them and bring them up to concourse level, and so that they can participate and maybe win you some awards for that as well.
Yeah, I think it's when I see the quality of restoration, I see even in the last 10 years how much this has progressed.
Yes.
How many people have got into it, the quality of workshops that have come about. I think it's very heartening, and it probably, in a sense, is good that I haven't restored some of them earlier. So it's now a great time to do so, because it's you have the people and you have the wherewithal to do it. So it's a good time to do it.
Perfect. Thank you, sir, so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Appreciate, and wish 21 Gun Salute all the very best.
Thank you.
And hope it grows into a super worldwide event.
I'm sure it will. Thank you again for your time and
you.
being host to us for this at this beautiful venue.
No, my pleasure.
Thank you.